Well, let's take you through some of the media reaction to one of our headlines there. François Hollande backtracking on his plan to strip convicted terrorists of their French citizenship, rather. James Creedon joining me for that. Hi there, James.
Hi, Catherine.
A lot of reaction, a lot of comment on this story online.
That's right. It's a very dense story because this proposal came just after the Paris attacks back in November. It's a socialist left-wing government on paper, at least, but this was seen as quite a sort of a conservative right-wing, tough on immigration, tough on sort of terror policy, which will be more akin to what the right wing might propose as a policy change, or even the far right. And that's what the criticism of a lot of the socialist base was. So you can see the headlines are really reflecting the sort of finger pointing really that's going on at François Hollande right now. 63 hours of parliamentary debates over this policy. In other words, all of that for nothing, if you like. Le Figaro, it was being referred to as déchéance de nationalité in French, or the stripping of French nationality. So from nationality being stripped to your politics being stripped. And they're talking about François Hollande essentially losing, I suppose, a degree of credibility over a policy that he really backed very strongly, that the right-wing opposition backed initially. Then they turned against François Hollande, perhaps seeing a political opportunity to weaken the president by going against him and blocking it, and that is exactly what happened. The story of a shipwreck, says this headline in 20 Minutes, and the headlines right across the board are basically talking about a very big chink in François Hollande's political armour in terms of having to step back from this policy proposal. Here they're saying he will be held responsible for this. What else do we have? Well, then you have the politicking that's going on. Nicolas Sarkozy, the leader of the opposition Les Républicains party, taking the opportunity to criticise François Hollande and saying, well, when you propose everything and it's opposite, what can you expect? Meanwhile, on the political left, they're saying it's the fault of the political right. Look, it's just been a bit of a political storm, I think, to sum it all up. This is a tweet saying, well, when you go onto the terrain of the far right and of the mainstream right, you can expect to be politically stripped back yourself. So people using the language of the policy reform, the déchéance de nationalité, and saying, look, he has been politically stripped as a result of this. And actually it comes on the same day as a poll saying that any other candidate who would stand against François Hollande in the 2017 election would beat him in the first round. Even, for example, Jean-Luc Mélenchon, who is the leader of the far left, or one of the former leaders of the far left, who is not exactly a very popular man. And
I might stand myself then.
Right, well, this is it. If we wanted a change in job, it seems like anybody could beat François Hollande, given current poll ratings.
It's really serious times for the Socialist Party, isn't it? They've got to do some real soul searching now,
I think so, for sure.
All right, let's move on now to a controversial photo. How often do selfies make the headlines? Not that often, but this one, a selfie of a man who was on board the plane that was hijacked over Egypt yesterday. This has, of course, gone viral today.
Right, here's the photo. I'm not sure how you pronounce it.
Not even a selfie, someone else has taken it.
That's right. He referred to it as a selfie himself, which is about the only thing that he got wrong in this moment, if you ask me. But anyway, Ben Innes. Innes, is it?
Yes.
In any case, he decided to get up. He was one of the last people held hostage by Mustafa, also pictured here on the left, who is a little bit mad and decided to hijack this plane to deroute it from it was meant to be flying into Cairo, and then it went to Cyprus because he was going after his ex-wife and he wanted to deliver a letter.
The situation's confused. The details are yet to come out, but it was a hijack, yeah.
That's right, and the explosive belt he was wearing was not actually an explosive belt. So as hijacks go, it ended well, and he's not the most dangerous character ever, although clearly a little bit unhinged. Anyway, Ben Innes decided to take the opportunity to have a photo taken with Mustafa just as the hijack ended. He clearly sensed that maybe the guy wasn't as dangerous as all that, and got what is a pretty amazing photo. He said, I thought, why not? If he blows us all up, it won't matter anyway, which is, I suppose, a very zen, live-in-the-moment approach to potentially being killed. Yes. His family apparently were not surprised at this behaviour at all. Somebody by the name of Sarah Innes, who we can only presume is a relative, said on Twitter, only Ben could get a selfie, #proud. Now, yes, as we were saying, it isn't a selfie because an air steward or stewardess took the photo, but the comments are great. Some people saying, is this now a case of everybody who has its complicated status on their Facebook profile will now should people like that be added to the blacklist of airline companies because an Egypt airline plane was hijacked.
Thank you very much, James Cretan, with that slightly baffling story. What else does the internet throw up? Thank you very much.